Welcome back, Rare Coin Insider. The 1984 United States quarter dollar is one of those coins that millions of Americans handled every day without giving it a second thought. Yet decades later it has become a fascinating subject for collectors who search through old coin jars, inherited collections, bank rolls, and pocket change hoping to discover an example worth far more than its face value. At first glance, the coin appears ordinary, a standard Washington quarter that was produced for circulation across the United States. But the deeper collectors look into this issue, the more interesting details they uncover regarding mint marks, varieties, condition rarity, striking quality, and valuable errors that can transform a simple 25-cent coin into a highly desirable collectible. To truly appreciate the 1984 quarter, it helps to understand the long history behind the Washington Quarter series itself. The Washington Quarter first appeared in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first President of the United States. What began as a commemorative issue eventually became a permanent circulating coin, replacing the standing Liberty Quarter. Since then, generations of Americans have carried Washington quarters in their pockets, making the series one of the most recognizable coin programs in United States history. By the time 1984 arrived, the Washington Quarter had already been circulating for more than half a century. The nation was experiencing significant economic and technological changes, and coin production remained an essential responsibility of the United States Mint. Quarters were heavily used in commerce, vending machines, transportation systems, and daily transactions. As a result, the mint produced enormous quantities of quarter dollars to meet public demand. The obverse, or front side, of the 1984 quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington. The design was originally created by sculptor John Flanagan, whose work has become one of the most enduring images in American numismatics. Washington faces left, presenting a dignified profile that symbolizes leadership, independence, and the founding principles of the United States. Above Washington appears the word Liberty, while the motto, "In God We Trust," is placed to the left of the portrait. The year, 1984, appears below the bust, clearly identifying the coin's date. The reverse side displays a majestic eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military readiness and national strength, while olive branches beneath the eagle represent peace. Above the eagle appears the inscription, United States of America, and below it is the denomination, quarter dollar. The national motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many one, is displayed above the eagle. This reverse design remained in use until the introduction of the state quarter program years later. One of the most important details collectors examine on a 1984 quarter is the mint mark. During 1984, quarters were produced primarily at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint, while proof versions were struck at the San Francisco Mint. Coins from Philadelphia generally do not carry a mint mark. Coins from Denver feature a small D mint mark. Proof coins from San Francisco carry an S mint mark and were specially manufactured for collectors rather than everyday circulation. The physical specifications of the 1984 quarter are also important. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Its composition consists of an outer layer of copper nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This clad composition was introduced in the mid-1960s, when rising silver prices made silver coinage impractical for circulation. The edge of the coin reveals the copper core, creating the distinctive layered appearance familiar to modern coin collectors. Many people ask about the symbol associated with the quarter dollar. In everyday financial notation, the coin represents 25 cents, or 1/4 of a dollar, often written as 25 cents or 25 cents. While the coin itself does not display a special monetary symbol beyond its denomination, collectors identify it as part of the $quarter series within United States coinage. When discussing value, it is important to separate ordinary circulated examples from exceptional specimens. Most 1984 quarters found in circulation are common and generally worth face value. However, condition is everything in coin collecting. A coin that has spent decades passing from hand to hand will show wear on Washington's hair, cheek, and other high points. Such examples usually command little premium unless they contain a notable error. The situation changes dramatically when a 1984 quarter survives in uncirculated condition. Coins that escape circulation preserve their original mint luster, sharp details, and attractive surfaces. Collectors often grade such coins according to the Sheldon grading scale, which ranges from poor 1 to mint state 70. As grades increase, values can rise substantially, especially for coins that are difficult to find in top-quality condition. An interesting aspect of the 1984 quarter is that although millions were produced, locating perfectly preserved examples can be surprisingly challenging. Large mintages do not automatically guarantee abundant high-grade survivors. Many coins entered circulation immediately after striking, where contact with other coins and handling cause marks, scratches, and wear. As a result, the finest known specimens often attract considerable attention from registry set collectors, who compete for the highest graded examples certified by professional grading services. Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of quarters in 1984, making the issue readily available in lower grades. Denver also produced a massive number of quarters. Yet when examining coins at the highest certified grades, populations become significantly smaller. Tiny differences in strike quality, luster, and surface preservation can separate an ordinary coin from a premium collectible worth many times more. Collectors frequently search bank rolls for examples displaying strong strikes. A strong strike means the design details were fully impressed by the dies during the minting process. On Washington quarters, collectors often examine the hair details, lettering, eagle feathers, and other intricate elements. Coins with crisp, well-defined features are generally preferred over weakly struck examples. Proof coins from San Francisco represent another important category. Unlike circulation strikes, proof coins were specially manufactured using polished dies and carefully prepared planchets. The result is a coin with mirrored fields and frosted design elements, creating a beautiful contrast often referred to as a cameo appearance. These proof coins were sold directly to collectors and were never intended for general circulation. For many collectors, the excitement surrounding the 1984 quarter comes from the possibility of discovering valuable mint errors. Error coins occur when something unusual happens during the manufacturing process. These mistakes can range from minor imperfections to dramatic anomalies that attract significant premiums in the marketplace. Because errors are accidental, they often become highly sought after by specialists who appreciate their rarity and uniqueness. Among the most popular error categories are off-center strikes. An off-center strike occurs when the blank planchet is not properly aligned between the dies. Part of the design may be missing, while a blank crescent-shaped area appears on the coin. The value depends on the degree of misalignment and whether the date remains visible. Dramatic off-center examples can command substantial premiums over normal coins. Another highly collectible error is the double strike. This occurs when a coin is struck more than once, creating overlapping design impressions. Depending on the severity of the doubling, these coins can appear spectacular and often generate strong interest among collectors. Genuine double-struck quarters from the 1984 issue are far scarcer than ordinary examples. Die cracks are another area of interest. As coin dies age and endure immense pressure, they can develop cracks. These cracks transfer onto coins as raised lines. While minor die cracks are relatively common, major cracks and retained cuts can be much more valuable, especially when they create dramatic visual effects. Collectors also pay attention to die chips, filled dies, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and other minting anomalies. Some errors are subtle and require magnification to identify, while others are immediately obvious even to casual observers. The challenge of searching for these varieties has helped maintain interest in the 1984 quarter among modern collectors. As the years passed, certified examples of exceptional 1984 quarters began appearing in major auctions, revealing how dramatically values could differ based on condition and rarity. While a circulated coin may remain worth only 25 cents, a top population specimen certified at an elite grade can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on collector demand and market conditions. These auction results demonstrate a fundamental principle of numismatics. Rarity and condition can be just as important as rarity and mintage. The story becomes even more fascinating when examining specific high-grade examples that have achieved remarkable prices, as well as the most famous era varieties associated with the 1984 quarter. Some of these coins have surprised collectors by selling for sums far beyond what most people would ever imagine for a modern circulating quarter, proving that hidden treasures can sometimes be found in the most ordinary places. As interest in modern coin collecting expanded throughout the late 20th and early 21st centuries, the 1984 Washington quarter gained additional attention from specialists who focused on condition rarity. Many beginning collectors assume that an older coin is automatically valuable, but experienced numismatists know that age alone does not determine worth. Instead, factors such as preservation, appeal, certification grade, mint errors, and collector demand often have a much greater influence on market value. This is exactly why some 1984 quarters remain worth only their face value, while others can command impressive premiums. One of the first things professional graders examine is surface preservation. Every contact mark, scratch, nick, and abrasion affects the final grade. Coins produced in large quantities were often stored in bags containing thousands of pieces, where they repeatedly struck one another during transportation and handling. Even before entering circulation, many quarters accumulated small marks that prevented them from achieving the highest possible grades. This explains why truly exceptional examples are considerably scarcer than their original mintages might suggest. Luster is another critical factor. Freshly struck coins display a brilliant cartwheel effect that moves across the surface when the coin is tilted under light. This original mint luster is highly prized among collectors. A 1984 quarter that retains strong, uninterrupted luster will generally attract greater interest than a dull or impaired example. Coins with attractive appeal often sell for premiums beyond what their numerical grade alone might suggest. The Denver Mint issue has earned particular attention among registry set collectors. Although millions were struck, obtaining examples at the absolute highest certified grades has proven difficult. Coins that combine strong strikes, excellent luster, minimal marks, and outstanding eye appeal can become significant condition rarities. When such coins appear at auction, competition among advanced collectors can drive prices substantially higher than expected. Proof quarters from San Francisco offer another fascinating area of collecting. These coins were manufactured with extraordinary care, resulting in deeply mirrored fields and frosted devices. Many proof examples remain affordable, but coins certified at the very highest grades, especially those displaying exceptional cameo or deep cameo contrast, can achieve strong market values. Collectors appreciate these coins not only for their rarity, but also for their beauty and historical significance. Error coin specialists have discovered numerous varieties associated with 1984 quarters. Some exhibit noticeable die cracks extending through portions of the design. Others display die chips, that create raised blobs of metal in unusual locations. While many of these varieties are relatively minor, dramatic examples can attract enthusiastic bidding from collectors who enjoy assembling specialized error collections. A particularly exciting category involves off-center strikes. Imagine a quarter entering the coining press slightly misaligned. Instead of receiving a perfectly centered design, part of the image is shifted toward one side. Depending on how far off-center the strike occurred, the resulting coin may display a blank area while still retaining the date. Such pieces are visually striking and often command premiums far above ordinary circulation strikes. Broad-struck quarters are another collectible error type. These occur when the retaining collar fails to function properly during striking. Without the collar confining the metal, the coin expands beyond its normal dimensions, producing an unusually large appearance. Collectors find these pieces fascinating because they clearly demonstrate the mechanics of the minting process. Clipped planchet errors also attract attention. Before striking, coin blanks are punched from large metal sheets. Occasionally, a blank is cut from an area overlapping a previously punched hole, resulting in a curved clip. When struck, the missing portion remains visible, creating a distinctive and collectible error coin. Genuine clipped planchet quarters from 1984 are much scarcer than normal issues. Double-struck examples rank among the most dramatic errors. In these cases, the coin receives more than one impression from the dies. Depending on the circumstances, overlapping images may appear, creating a spectacular visual effect. Such coins are prized because each one tells a unique story about a malfunction during production. Auction records provide valuable insight into the upper end of the market. While average circulated examples remain common, elite specimens certified by major grading services have sold for hundreds and, in some cases, thousands of dollars. These sales illustrate how condition rarity can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Collectors competing to complete top-ranked registry sets often pay significant premiums for the finest known examples. Market trends continue to evolve as new collectors enter the hobby. Interest in modern coins has grown steadily because they are often more accessible and affordable than classic rarities from the 19th century. The 1984 quarter occupies an interesting position within this market. It is familiar enough to attract beginners yet offers enough depth and variety to engage advanced specialists searching for high-grade examples and unusual errors. For anyone searching through old collections, piggy banks, inherited coin jars, or bank rolls, the key is careful examination. A magnifying glass can reveal details that might otherwise go unnoticed. Checking the mint mark, evaluating the strike, looking for unusual features, and assessing overall condition can help determine whether a coin deserves closer attention. While most 1984 quarters will be ordinary circulation pieces, the possibility of discovering a valuable specimen keeps collectors searching. It is also important to understand that coin values fluctuate over time. Collector demand, auction activity, certification populations, and broader market conditions all influence prices. A coin worth a certain amount today may be worth more or less in the future. Because of this, serious collectors often stay informed about recent auction results and market trends when evaluating their holdings. One misconception frequently encountered online is the claim that every 1984 quarter is worth a fortune. In reality, most examples remain common and trade close to face value unless they possess exceptional qualities. However, it is absolutely true that specific high-grade coins and genuine mint errors can be worth substantial amounts. This distinction is essential for understanding the real collector market. The enduring appeal of the 1984 Washington quarter lies in its combination of history, accessibility, and hidden potential. It represents an era of American coinage that millions remember from everyday life. At the same time, It offers enough rarity in top grades and enough variety among error coins to keep collectors engaged decade after decade.